Happy Friday again, parents. We just finished week 9 with your wonderful babies. So we're going to update you of what we're doing next week. So in reading, we are going to continue our poetry unit. The kids have had a blast learning about poetry and stanzas, lines, line breaks, all that good stuff. In writing, they just finished up their fictional story, so I'm going to grade them this weekend so that they're able to be on their report card. And also next week, we will have the celebration ceremony for their report card and for how they are as students in our classrooms, and we'll give you more information about the times that you guys are able to come. And the last thing that I need to talk about is that we are going on a field trip to Wonderlic Farms on Thursday, October 25th. So I'm going to show a quick video to you guys. So I'm going to minimize my screen, and you guys can watch a video about what Wonderlic Farm is all about.
I want to welcome all of you 4th graders out to Wonderlic Farm in the Klein, Texas Museum. You're in for a great day. But as with any facility, there are a few rules and regulations we have to go over before we invite you out. So please follow along as we go over the do's and don'ts of visiting Wonderlic Farm. This is a functioning, working farm, which means there's lots of things out here that could be dangerous, such as a live fire, or an axe in a tree stump, or even some of the farm implements. So please follow your chaperone's guide and listen to instructions carefully when you're out here. And kids, remember, when visiting the farm, even though these animals are cute and cuddly, please do not pick up or touch or chase unless one of our volunteers has given you permission to. And don't forget, anywhere you're visiting, if there's not a live costume interpreter there, we'll have signs like this that tell you exactly what to do, how to run the station, and some of those questions you can ask. So please make sure you're following all posted signs across the homestead. And kids, please remember that while you're out here having a great time with the animals and the crops and the farm way of life, that this is actually a functioning museum at the same time. And many of our artifacts are well over 150 years old. So while you're walking around, unless you've been asked to pick up or touch a certain item, please, please, please keep your hands off the museum artifacts so that they don't deteriorate or fall apart. Don't forget, when you come out here to visit Wonderlic Farm, it is hot. So please make sure to bring water, wear sunscreen, and a hat. And kids, remember, I know it's a big, wide open space out here, and you have plenty of time to see the entire farm in the museum. So please, take it slow, walk behind your chaperone, and don't run. We don't want anybody ending up in the nurse's office with a scraped knee or a twisted ankle. And while you're at it, please, remember, leave the rocks in the street and leave the sticks on the ground. And now that we know exactly what to do and what not to do when visiting the Klein, Texas Museum and Wonderlic Farms, we hope you're as excited as we are to welcome you out here. Take a step back into the 1880s all the way to the 1940s, and we know you're going to have a great time. Looking forward to meeting you.
All right, parents, so that was our Wonderlic Farms information. Hang on one second. All right, parents, so we're going to send those permission slips home on Monday, so please return them as soon as possible, hopefully Tuesday, because we are leaving to go on the field trip on Thursday. Now I'm going to hand it over to Ms. Nolan for math and science.
Hi, we had a great week this week working with multiplication. We did a lot of work with 1-digit by 3-digit and 4-digit numbers. And next week we'll be working on 2-digit by 2-digit using area models, the distributive property, partial products, and the standard algorithm, which is just a fancy word for the way that we did it when we were kids. I put a board behind me, and I was going to show you what an area model would look like, just so that you know what your kids are doing in school. So the area model helps kids understand what's happening in the standard algorithm in a conceptual way. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take our numbers, 23 times 14, and we're going to decompose those numbers. That means just take them apart according to their place value position or in any other way that makes us easier to multiply. So when I decompose a number, I'm writing it in expanded form, and that would be 20 plus 3, which is equal to 23. And we're going to make a box like this and break it into the two, one for 20 and one for 3. And then we're going to write 10 plus 4. And we're going to break this box also, meaning 10 and 4. So we've got 23 times 14. It's real easy for the kids to understand when we're working by tens. We've already multiplied by tens. So we would take our 10 and we'd multiply it by 20. So 1 times 2 is 2. With those 2 zeros is 200. And then we're going to multiply our 10 times our 3, which is 30. We're going to go ahead and multiply 20 times 4, which gives us 80. And 4 times 3, which gives us 12. And these are all our partial products that we are going to add up to come to our final product. So we're teaching the kids to add the partial products, 200 plus 80, which is 280, plus 30, which is 310, plus the 12, which is 322. And if you multiply the way we would have multiplied, I'm assuming we all multiply the same way, 23 times 14. When we multiply the 4 times the 3, we get the 12. And this helps the kids understand that when we're regrouping that 12 exists over here. And when we multiply 4 times 2, we're really multiplying 4 times 20, which is 4 times 20 right here. So we get that 2 times 4 is 8 plus 1 is 9, that 92. And if you look down here, you'll see that 80 plus 12 is 92. Add the 0 to go to the tens place. And when we multiply 1 times 3, we're really multiplying our 10 times our 3 here, which gives us 30. And then we multiply our 10 times, or the 1 times the 2, which is 10 times 20, which gives us the 200 that you see here. So we have our 230 here. And when we add those up, 9, 10, 11, 12, we get 322. And so that's an area model that just helps the kids understand what they're doing when they're multiplying using the standard algorithm. In science, we were going to continue working on mixtures and solutions, and we had a fun activity today where the kids were observing a mixture. It looks like sand. It is sand, but they were able to use a tool, and they would rub the tool over, and what they would find is iron filings in the sand. So the focus is on what tool can we use. We're learning a lot about scientific tools like magnets or triple beam balances or graduated cylinders or hand lenses. We used hand lenses to observe today. We want the kids to be able to identify the tools that they're using and what they're for. And so with mixtures and solutions, we're going to use a lot of tools to separate mixtures. And so it should be a fun but messy week.
Thank you, parents. Have a good weekend.